Alright, so let's go ahead and talk about Mafia 3 because that game is almost here. It releases in about 2 weeks. I think we need to take a look at this thing called Mob Justice. Served cold. This is an upcoming free DLC for Mafia 3. And if you buy the game at launch or within the first 10 days, you're going to get a digital copy of this. It's also going to be available for free later on. Now, according to the devs, sometime after launch, they're going to be releasing this as a standalone piece of DLC that's going to cost extra. But if you already own Mafia 3, then you get it free. So I mean, cool, I guess. Right now, you can check it out. You can preload it on Steam if you want. Now, what is this thing, though? Well, basically, it's a standalone story that takes place in the same universe as Mafia 3. And I say that because although it does have some crossover characters with the main game, it is not directly connected to the story of Mafia 3. See, this one focuses on an entirely different part of the map, a different time period, different characters. So you could kind of think of it like maybe more of like a spin-off. They gave me some details. Let me tell you what I know. First off, the setting. We're in the fictionalized version of 1960s New Orleans. The whole thing is set over the course of one single night, which I imagine means that it's probably going to be a pretty linear sort of experience. There isn't really anything else to say about the setting other than there are 3 distinct areas that we can explore. A working-class Irish neighborhood, a prosperous Italian neighborhood, and a derelict African-American neighborhood. Now, according to the devs, the player's choices will actually affect how these 3 neighborhoods appear. And I assume that means like how they react to us being there, how friendly they are they hostile, do they want to help us, things like that. Now, speaking of player choices, this is a story where those choices apparently matter a lot. Again, that's according to the developers, so I don't know. Maybe we'll see. This is a third-person action story where we play as an assassin named Marcus. He's somebody who used to work for the CIA, but he's gone rogue, and he is now working independently as a hitman. Marcus has his own personal reasons for carrying out the hits that we do in the game. This is another aspect that makes this more of a personal story than something directly connected to the Mafia 3 plot. Marcus is guided by his own sense of morality, even if the things that he does are illegal. Apparently, our actions and dialogue will have consequences. And there are multiple endings depending on how we play the game. This is all pretty standard stuff. Nothing too crazy. The gameplay loop here seems to be that we take contracts from people around town, people that come up to us and ask for favors, and we go out and we complete these missions. Now, I was a little confused when I read this part of the description. Quote, as night descends on New Orleans, players must use their wits and skills to navigate the city. Like, what does that even mean? What skills? What are we navigating? It doesn't make any sense. Does that mean that there's going to be stealth elements to this game? Is there combat? I don't know. All I can really gather from that line is that it's probably be a pretty cinematic experience. You know, like a movie. Also, I was surprised to learn that there are multiple playable characters in this. Of course, we're going to spend the most time playing as Marcus, but there are a few other characters that we can control. One is a woman who helps out at the docks. Another is a bartender. Now, looking at the screenshots and the trailers, I can only guess that we'll play as this woman. She looks like she's got a gun. Maybe we play as her during the cutscenes, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, at least there's some variety. I suppose that's better than nothing. There's really not much else to say about this. I mean, I can tell you that this game is only about 2 hours long, maybe 3 max if you're taking your time. And since this is a spin-off story, it is technically possible that this may be taking place in the same universe as the original Mafia games. See? In an interview with PC Gamer, the developers were asked point blank if this is considered to be in the same universe as Mafia 1 and 2, and they flat out refused to answer the question. So, that's interesting. It's a weird thing to dodge. Like, why would you not answer that question? I would think that this is probably in the same universe as the first 2 games, but I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't. You know what else is funny? In the same interview, they were asked about the possibility of a Mafia 4, and they literally said that it's too soon to talk about that. Yet this thing is getting announced and released before Mafia 4, even though that game came out 4 years ago, so I don't know.
I see.
I find that a bit hilarious. But anyway, should you actually get this game? I mean, if you already have Mafia 3 and you're interested in this story, then sure, why not? I would definitely wait until it's released as a standalone piece of DLC, because I doubt that there are going to be many people buying this along with Mafia 3 at launch. But if you already have Mafia 3, then might as well just wait for the free release. I mean, if you re-worried that you re-gone, nah, forget that you own this. And you re-never gone? Nah, go back to it. You can always just preload it on Steam now. But I don't think that's necessary. This honestly feels more like a glorified short film than it does a video game. And I say that as somebody who's excited to check it out. I mean, I love Mafia 3. I thought it was a great game. I thought it had a compelling story. I'm very interested to see another story in this universe. But at the same time, this is just such a small project that it feels a bit strange that they are recharging extra for it.
Ow.
Again, it will be free for owners of Mafia 3. But it's just weird that they didn't just include this with the game, or maybe release it as a free standalone download. Anyway, I mean, we'll see what happens. I guess if enough people buy Mafia 3 within the first 10 days, then maybe they'll have to charge extra for this. But I highly doubt that's going to happen. As somebody who's already played through Mafia 3, I am definitely interested in this. I mean, I want to see what other stories exist in this world. But for everybody else, I mean, I'm not sure. If you haven't played Mafia 3 yet, then obviously you're not going to want to get this yet. But if you have played Mafia 3, then I would probably wait to see what reviews say about this before you decide to dive in. Because I mean, this is basically just a glorified short film. I think it's safe to assume that this is probably going to be a critical darling, but at the same time, I mean, I don't know. Let's just wait and see what the reviews say before we make any judgments. But that's all I got for you today. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like down below. Leave a dislike if you didn't. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you in the next one.